Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a. Yeah, this man hit me, grabbed a rock, and it hit me in my face because I would have given him my number. And all y'all just watch. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? What y'all gonna do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man. Do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face? Have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What are you gonna do?" And I told all these men, like, "Yo, why this man got a brick on my face?" And he's holding a brick, and all these niggas is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and then they all just watch, and they let that nigga get in a car. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women?
Should men risk it all for modern day women? Let's get into it. Roll that intro. Pull up with the stick, yeah. She said she wanna be up on my team, but she can't love me, yeah. Really, she don't want a man, she want a gummy bear. Now, first off, let me see. For this young sister, I pray for her speedy recovery. You know, facial trauma, bone reconstruction, things with the ear canal. Now, those are the very intricate parts of the human body. And, you know, sometimes when it's damaged to a degree, it never heals the same way. So, I definitely praying for a speedy recovery for her and her family. It's good to see that she still can even speak. Because sometimes I done seen people take hits to the face and, you know, have their whole jaw knocked off and they can't say nothing. So that's first and foremost. But what I'm about to say after this ain't gonna be pleasant. And it may offend a lot of people. And check this out. There was a point in time where the fabric of society, meaning both men and women, was something that was worthy of random intercession, random defensing, random protecting, right? But I need you to step back, both men and women, and ask yourself today, is that today? And the question here is modern day women worthy of the same random defensing, the same protection randomly that their grandmamas, their great grandmothers would have been worthy of? Or are they of a different breed? I'm gonna tell you like this, if you just mute the video and look at her body language when speaking to the men who we assume were around to watch it. I don't know. I don't know if they were present, and I don't know how she spoke to the men that she rejected. But if she spoke to the men that she rejected like she's speaking to the men that she would have wanted to help her, you would have been placing yourself in danger. It's not me justifying what these men did to you. Nothing justifies that level of violence. But since you're here, sweetheart, all we can talk about is preventative measures. And as a man that has wives and daughters, they wouldn't even be out there like that. I tell them all the time, you don't get up in no man feast. The last thing you want as a woman is to be put in a situation to where you have to be reminded that, hey, you're not a man. And this is one of those situations. And again, I'm not the bad guy for expressing this. You as a woman, would you dress scantily clad and then at 2 a.m. in the morning go walk down the most shadiest parts of town where it's dimly lit and there's a lot of unsavory characters? Is it smart? I just forget your feelings right now. We speak in simple logic. Is it smart or wise to do that, especially by yourself? It's either a yes or no. So let's start there. Let's retrace these steps. You understand? Because you're asking me for help right now. So let me give it to you. As a woman, some of the things that you only have to your defense is preventative measures. See, this is why y'all blessed you with intuition. You know how many times I've sat and listened to women tell me about a bad situation that unfolded, and then they say, but you know what? See, I knew that I shouldn't have been there. I knew I shouldn't have went out that night. I knew I shouldn't have let my boyfriend go by himself. I knew. So if you knew, why didn't you do? What's the point of being given gifts if you neglect them when you ought to be having them redirect yourself. What's the point or the purpose? Now again, I see there was a time in society where you could step out the house and know that if you seen a woman being disrespected or mugged or beat up on or something like that, she had enough honor around her and within herself and how she carried herself that would make it worthy to risk your life, your freedom, your health. See, modern day women don't understand this. Modern day women wants to disrespect any and everybody, and then when they get a stark reminder, a reality check, then they're doing what this woman here is doing. Where's my defense? Where's my covering? Where's my protection? Sweetheart, if you're asking a biblical man, you only get that if you're a wife. I'm gonna tell you right now, like I told these fellas, this ain't the time to be out here jumping in front of anybody and everybody. You don't know what's what, but straight up. You don't have time to conclude the matter, hear both sides. You don't have time to weigh options. But 9 times out of 10, I call into question the moral character of anybody out at a certain time of night, especially if she a woman. You can be upset all you want to, bro, or chick, but the women who are doing motherly things don't have the time to be out there like that. They're too busy or tired from the day of tending to their home. My women would never be out like that by themselves. They wouldn't even be in a situation like that, dressed like that. That woman looks like a wounded gazelle out around a whole bunch of lions. And to make matters worse, she just don't even get in her car and flee to the nearest point of safety. She continues to stand around in a circle where there's nobody watching her back or front, and continues to antagonize all those spirits in the crowd. How do you know that danger has left? How do you know that there's not anyone in the crowd much more worse than the people who just did you something? So then I ask, well, where's your government? Where's your daddy? Where's your brother? Where's your husband? And if you have one, why didn't you call them? Well, I can assume that this woman doesn't have that. And then I ask myself, why? In all men, there's something innately in us that promotes and provokes us to protect, defend. We all have that. You don't have to talk a man up into defending or protecting anything that he considers of value or that belongs to him. But modern day women don't understand that we do not value you. The world does not even value you. Your behaviors and your actions and your speech and your demeanor, your disrespect are not traits that warrant protection, providence, leadership, guidance, financial stability, or aid, or any things that come with being tied to a powerful man. You're not worthy of that. Modern day woman is not worthy of that which she seeks. And then she cries out to social media. This has nothing to do with men being punks or chumps. No, listen, bro. This ain't the time to be risking it. Like I tell men all the time, this ain't the time to be going to jail. It really ain't no time to go to jail. But if you ain't already did your bid and took your penitentiary chances, if you don't have to at this late at the stage in the game, don't do so. Because your family, your women, your children will need you in the days that we are in, and more importantly in the days that are ahead. And for this woman and the people who see it, there's going to be way more situations like this, because you have males out here who are not spiritually led by the Most High, therefore that they are not held to the same higher calling that we are. So it's nothing for them to do these type of acts and worse. I mean, it just is what it is. Don't come looking for men like me, because men like me won't be around places that you be for your defense. Don't look for me to hop and jump in. My responsibility is to protect those who belong to me, to protect those who the Most High has entrusted to my care. Foolhardy would be of me to risk and let that go for something or someone I don't know. Now I could also see and hear somebody saying, hey, what about that verse in John 15:13? It says, greater love has no one than this, that someone laid down his life for his friends. Oh, and that's very true. There is no greater love than that. But let me give you precept to understand this verse and bring it home. When you get to James chapter 4, verse 3-5, you read In verse 4, let me just start there. You unfaithful wives. Do you know that love in this world is hating God's? Saying whoever chooses to be a friend of the world's makes them an enemy to God. And you can keep reading that verse. Now ask yourself, does this woman in this video and modern day women look like a friend of the Most High? Do they dress, do they act like a friend of the Most High? Do they carry themselves like a friend of the Most High? Do they go to places that you will also find other friends of the Most High? Or does she look more akin and a liking to a friend of the world? And if the answer is yeah, I don't have to lay down my life for you because you're not a friend of him, therefore you're not a friend of me. This is the problem we be having, men, when you have, again, these worldly people who didn't want to cherry pick what they pastor told them on Sunday and make it apply to you. Certain verses only apply to people living that life. And if you ain't living that life, that's not your lifestyle. That verse don't apply to you, therefore I'm not obligated to treat it. I'm moved to like that. You're not a friend of him. You're not a friend of mine. I'm not going to waste my time. But again, a lot of women have an issue with receiving the fact that, no, you're not going to get any help. I've said before many times over, if you have any energy that's masculine, don't expect for any aid. Only feminine energy gets the masculine energy to pull over and stop. Go dress like a stud and then pull over on the side of the road and put your address on with a flat tire. See how much interaction you get. Now go dress like a feminine woman. Do the same thing and see how much aid and help you get. It's the laws of nature. I didn't make them. Don't make me the bad guy. I'm just giving you the facts. So again, man, to sum this up, I feel bad for the young lady in this video, but what's about to happen is going to be a lot worse than this. The atrocities has not even began. And for the women and really all the people who find themselves outside of the covering of the Most High via Yahshua HaMashiach, ain't no help coming your way. Ain't no point even getting on social media crying out, because all it makes for is good entertainment. Hate to tell you. Y'all better stay safe, stay vigilant. Keep yourselves, keep your ammo, keep your time, keep your energy, keep your strength, because there's a day coming where you and those around you will need it. Until then, reserve it. Love y'all, brothers. Say love. Nigga, hold up. Holla. Man, I leave, I hop on IG, I immediately see this. See, this is what I'm telling you about, bro. This is what I'm talking about. Roll that clip.
Don't you ever fuck with me out of finger ever again.
A few moments later.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Yeah. Everything I just said holds true even more so now than it did before. Man, let them joints out there do what they do, bro. I'm trying to tell you, that ain't for us. It ain't for us. Any woman that is worthy of a wife is already a wife. Any woman that already has traits of a feminine woman, a mother, a care type, a caregiver, she's already in a position to further expound on those. She ain't out doing what this woman is doing, cuz. Straight up. I'm done now. With this dick, yeah. She said she wanna be up on my team, but she can't love me, yeah. Really, she don't want a man, she want a gummy bear.